And a very good afternoon to you. And now we're saying hello to Albert Gunther. He had a very hard landing. Way homes on London red buses are for taking it easy. These stop and start trips allow time for the reading of papers, and if sitting upstairs, the view of a London evening on its way into darkness is possibly the best in the world. But passengers to Dulwich in South London got more than they paid for whilst riding home for their suppers one late afternoon a long time ago. They not only flew, but made headlines as well. It was the last working day of 1952. Albert Gunther had just steered his number 78 bus onto London's famous Tower Bridge when it happened. All of a sudden, Albert Gunther felt his bus going up. The arm of the bridge on which he was driving was rising, and it looked as though his bus was about to make history by becoming the first ever London red bus to fly off the bridge and sink in the Thames. But Albert Gunther knew what to do. Automatically, Albert Gunther dropped down in gear and put his foot hard down on the gas. His bus needed speed, and he only had seconds. The gap between the two arms of the bridge was increasing, and it would soon be too late. His bus had to fly over the gap or crash into the river. There was no other choice. But Albert Gunther succeeded, and his bus took off and flew for just a few seconds, and that was enough. And down came the bus with a bang, and it was loud, and the passengers and seats were thrown about as the bus came to a stop on the other arm of the bridge, and thankfully there were only one or two minor injuries. But that wasn't the end of the story. Albert Gunther was decorated for bravery by the Queen. He had saved the lives of his passengers, and, by the way, that was the first ever medal that the new young Queen Elizabeth II was to award. A medal not only for bravery, but also for flying a bus. And all London joined in with its praise and its thanks, and Albert Gunther was made London's 1953 Man of the Year. And that was good so. He had not only saved the lives of 63 people, he had given them a story to take home as well. The day they flew home in a bus. Have you ever flown home in a bus? I haven't either. See you at the bus stop tomorrow.